All right, I'll tell you when it's live on the old Facebook. And we will jump into it from there. Levy, you want to bring us in today? It feels like it's been a while since you brought us in.
Oh, you want me to intro?
Oh, yeah, you do the intro, pal.
Oh, cool. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Week 11. Fantasy Focus crew here. I am live from the Wells Street Hooters in Chicago. Bucky is live from the 4th Street Hooters in St. Petersburg. Tater is live from Cadillac, Michigan. How you boys doing this week?
From good old Cadillac, Michigan. Yes, sir.
Oh, it's feeling good. I'm pulling my best Steve Jobs impersonation here. I'm rocking the turtleneck. It's a little chilly here. It's about 64 degrees. So you gotta bust out what you have here in these inclement weather situations. Ain't that right, Derek?
Yeah. I'm half the time I'm normally wearing, onesie pajamas over here in Cadillac, Michigan. Got to keep the feetsies warmy.
Do you have onesies, like really like carbonate fiber onesies that just keep you insulated, similar to a bear in hibernation?
No, just a Superman onesie from back when. It was a Christmas gift, and I kept it. So I just walk around my house with a Superman onesie. It has even like a mini cape and stuff like that.
Okay. That's it has a mini cape. That pretty much tells the entire story there with limited other information really necessary. That's probably a good look for you, as long as it keeps you warm and makes you feel like a superhero, Derek. That's what I care about. What I really care about is this slate of games for Week 11 is just trash. I mean, outside of the Jaguars game versus the Colts, and you also have Texans Ravens is pretty decent, and Patriots Eagles, but none of those are like marquee matchups. The rest of these are just slugs of games. What are y'all's thoughts on this slate, just to start off?
It's not pretty, that's for sure, but plenty of fantasy value out there. That's for sure too.
I mean, it's almost, I can enjoy any week of football no matter how bad the matchups are, and even if there's nothing like I think the Texans and Ravens is actually the game of the week pretty easily. Two MVP caliber quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, who's absolutely setting the league on fire, and the Texans, who we all think can contend in the AFC. I think that's a game to watch. I mean, I'm interested to see if Lamar Jackson, which basically set NFL history in some ways almost, with another perfect passer rating performance against the Cincinnati Bengals last week. Look, guys, he became the second quarterback in NFL history to throw and have a perfect passer rating twice in the same NFL season. Only Ben Roethlisberger's ever done that, and only the third quarterback to throw 3 touchdown passes, run for 1, and have a perfect passer rating. The other 2 to do that in a game, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Montana. I mean, he's starting to keep some pretty elite.
Rare company.
Yeah.
Rare company. And honestly, when I watch this guy play, he's a more controlled version of Michael Vick.
Ooh, I like it.
He's miles further along as a passer than Michael Vick was early in his career, when he was as dynamic as a runner as we've ever seen.
He just has this ability to understand what's in front of him, and the way that Vic would just push the matter as far as he could take it in terms of his physical ability, the rifle arm. There was no control element to his game. It feels like Lamar Jackson just understands that there are going to be times where throwing the ball out of bounds is the right move, and that's okay. But the guy, he is so refined as a passer compared to Michael Vick, and he's just as good of a runner. We're seeing the makings of a guy that, if he can stay healthy, I mean, this guy's going to be top of the charts for quarterbacks for the next five years at minimum.
That's where we're going to find out whether he can stay healthy or not, if this is sustainable in the NFL, because he doesn't get down and slide. I mean, that's the one thing that I noticed when he's carrying the football. He's like a running back. He's getting as many yards as he humanly can, which we'll see how long he can stay healthy. Guys, we got people pouring in. Thank you for joining us. Another Fantasy Focus live show coming at you, a.k.a. Usar Joe Dumbbell. What up, guys? BN Dried Ocean, Dennis Steven. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll get our first question. We got BN Dried Ocean tried to trade Carson with his tough schedule for Jacobs. Was that a bad move? I hate trying to tweak with schedules, because we never know if an injury down the stretch of what looks like a tough schedule could easily become a much lighter schedule or something of that nature. I think that's nitpicking a little bit. Ultimately, Carson for Jacobs, though, you can argue that Jacobs has been better than Carson anyway this season. So, no, I don't think it was a bad move.
I like
the move.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad either. And plus, Carson's got fumble issues. Jacobs is not putting the ball on the ground, that's for sure.
I like what they've done there with Gruden, just feeding him the rock whichever way possible, right? He's getting him involved both on the ground, through the pass game. Jacobs is going to be a serious player in this league for a while, and I think them hitching that wagon to him first round last year, I love seeing a guy just right off the jump get the fair shake at the starting role there. Not that there's terrible competition there between Jalen Richard and I believe Jane Washington was still there. It's one of those things where Jacobs for Carson, sure, on paper you could argue, Carson has a little bit higher because of the way they run the football just so ridiculously. They always run the football, and then you do a little magic there with Russ Wilson. But Jacobs is a solid player, and he week to week has been a bit more consistent in my opinion. I'm with you, Tate. I like the Jacobs in this end. So BN Dried Ocean. I'm trying to interpret what the name means, but I don't need to know the answer to that question, but I do know you made a good trade here, in my opinion.
Yes. Thumbs up.
I tell you what, man, people used to tell me not to take a running back in the first round, and I kind of bucked that trend because I feel like I got the rookie of the year that I just hand the rock to there in Oakland, man, I tell you. Anyway, I think it's a good move. Josh Jacobs is absolutely crushing it this season. Jeff Shows, thanks for joining us. Look at this question. We got Kyle Allen or Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I believe if I remember correctly, the San Francisco 49ers are playing the Arizona Cardinals today. And then when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, they're going to be taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So two very good matchups for both of these quarterbacks. Who do you like?
It's Jimmy Grapes for me. I know Emmanuel Sanders probably isn't going to play today, so that's a little bit concerning. But I just think he's a much better quarterback than Kyle Allen.
I'm going Kyle Allen. I'm going to roll the dice. I think DJ Moore has a huge game. I'm going Kyle Allen. I feel pretty good about the confidence behind Kyle Allen this year and kind of the groundswell of a passing game that's kind of been exposed that we just weren't used to seeing with Cam Newton under center. Sure, Jimmy Grapes is a better player overall, but I like Kyle Allen's matchup better this week.
For me, I'm going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo. And it has nothing to do. It just has nothing to do with Kyle Allen. I know he's going against a secondary that has struggled for most of the season, although the Atlanta secondary showed and the defense in general showed signs of life last week, putting it on the New Orleans Saints.
It's because Quinn is out. He's not calling plays anymore.
Well, that may very well have something to do with it, but I'm just saying there's a lot of talent on that side of the football. And have we really seen Kyle Allen have a big fantasy game since his debut against the Cardinals? It's been a long time. I mean, no disrespect. He's been playing good football and been keeping the Carolina Panthers well in the thick of the wild card race, but that doesn't translate to big fantasy numbers. And I think
I'm looking at the
against the Arizona secondary.
Look at the injuries for San Francisco, though, right? You have Emmanuel Sanders still questionable.
Or Staley.
You have Brady still questionable. So I understand, like you said, the Cardinals, but we have a situation here where Kyle Allen is facing what seems to be the worst secondary in the NFL. Like, I'm not talking about statistics. I'm not talking about statistics where you line it up on a piece of paper and you're one of the nerds out there who are saying, oh, well, they're actually fourth and they're sixth. Watch Atlanta play. They're not good. They're not a good secondary. So I like Kyle Allen at home facing off against this secondary. I'm going Kyle Allen with conviction here.
We got no Kittle this week either. So I mean the options are bleak.
I
was talking about the unknowns. That's a known.
It's true. I get it. I understand where you guys are both coming from. If you want to go with Kyle Allen, roll with Kyle Allen.
Tate, I'm with you, man. I'm still going with you.
I think I think that Christian McCaffrey is going to run wild today. I think he's going to be as he is every damn week for the Carolina Panthers. He's going to be the focal point of the offense, and I think they're going to filter it through him. I got Jimmy G. So,
that's fair.
Speaking of inactives, I want to hit those real quick. So check your fantasy lineups for everybody that's joining us on this Fantasy Focus live show for Week 11 on NFL action. Bucky's over there at the St. Pete Hooters.
Yep.
Levy's over there in the Chicago Hooters. Derek's here in Cadillac, Michigan. Anyway, So Matthew,
we got a lot of questions.
We do have a lot of questions.
Hurry up, Tate.
I'll run through it real quick. Get these people out of your lineup because they've already been deemed inactive. Matthew Stafford, Chris Thompson, T.Y. Hilton, of course, A.J. Green, Adam Thielen, Devonta Freeman, Austin Hooper, Will Fuller, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Cooks, Trey Burton, Chase Edmonds, and then, of course, George Kittle. So that's what we've got so far. There are some other game time decisions you want to keep an eye on. But as of right now, those are the ones that have been ruled out already. So let's go ahead and move on to Dennis. Steven, again, thank you for hitting us with a question. Half point PPR, flex Ertz or Emmanuel Sanders. For me, I'm going to take this one real quick. Zach Ertz is the one that's healthy. I mean, I've seen his involvement in the offense kind of jump in the most recent weeks. I like what Emmanuel Sanders has done, but he's questionable. I'm staying away from that rib issue he's dealing with.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you, Tater. I'm going Ertz all day here. Give me the healthy guy.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah. So we got Burt Boy 878. Thanks for joining us. Carr versus, well,
everybody.
Or no, go down a little bit. Carr versus Cincy or P. Riv versus KC.
All right. So sorry. You may want to work my board if I'm struggling right here. We got a lot of questions. All right, there we go. I'm going to go with Derek Carr.
Yep. Derek
Carr has been solid this season. P. Riv's had a lot of peaks and valleys, and I can see that Kansas City pass rush giving Phillip Rivers some issues in this one. I think they're going to rely on Melvin Gordon in the running game to try to keep it competitive. I mean, Cincinnati just gave up a perfect passer rating to the aforementioned Lamar Jackson. So give me Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'm on board with Carr as well.
Give me the mascara man, Derek Carr.
What does he wear, mascara?
I think it's just a natural look. I wasn't trying to be mean. It looks like mascara. I'm not sure how it's applied or if it's even applied, but the man looks like he wears mascara. I'm just saying it. I'm being the one who's going to raise his hand and say, I have a question, teacher. What's up with that mascara look?
EXE, thanks for joining us. Jamison Crowder or John Brown?
Smokey.
Give me Smokey Brown this week. Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty good matchup for the New York Jets, though, guys. I mean,
sure.
It's a pretty good matchup for John Brown, too.
It is.
Very, very true.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, EXE, thank you for the consistent support. EXE has been with us for a long time, so yeah, I'm happy to have him in the mix.
Of course. Thank you for all the support, guys. And then, of course, we got Sherman, Golladay, or Mike Evans. Now, one other injury I didn't mention, Marshawn Lattimore is not active today for the New Orleans Saints. So we still got Jeff Driscoll under center for Kenny Golladay. I think it's easy. It's Mike Evans for me, boys.
No hesitation.
I tried to do the finger wag, and I couldn't figure out like, which side, because it's inverted. It's just like Top Gun, but inverted. That's the problem here. It's Mike Evans. Kenny Golladay with Jeff Driscoll is just – I feel very antsy having to start him in two separate lineups. I'm trying to maneuver around and try to get something else in there just because I don't trust Jeff Driscoll, the golden boy that once was. Should have stuck with baseball pal. So I'm going to go Mike Evans because I think he has a big, big day.
Yeah, I think it's Mike Evans in a landslide. Now, you saw, Joe, is it time to drop Stefon Diggs? No consistency, needs to win, can't deal with a 2.6-point performance. I mean, we were having this conversation, the first month of the season when Diggs got off to a really slow start, and he's been really the only wide receiver that you should be able to depend on for Kirk Cousins because Adam Thielen's been banged up, and yet we're still seeing these inconsistent performances. I'll say this, though. I'm not dropping Stefon Diggs unless you're in a 10 or 8-man league, and there's just all kinds of other great options. But, no, I'm holding on Diggs.
Same.
I have a question. I'm holding too, but I have a question. For the rest of the year, who do you prefer, Stefon Diggs or Odell Beckham Jr.?
Diggs.
See, I'm actually going to go with Odell Beckham. It seems as if finally the Cleveland Browns, I'm not saying that they're completely turning the corner. Odell got really unlucky in this last game, and he got tackled. He had a touchdown called back, from the half-yard line. I mean, I think better days are I'm not gonna say better days are ahead for Odell, but I think you're gonna be able to consistently get a little bit more production from him than Diggs, who just seems to be a ghost sometimes out there. So I'm going Odell. Jesse Torres.
Big shout out to Hooters. So I'm over here. I'm drinking these delicious Miller Lite bottles here, and out of left field, just had a wonderful bucket delivered. That's service personified. This is a wonderful establishment. I love spending a Sunday afternoon here. There's no place better.
A bucket to the dome, Bucky. I love your style.
I'm not sure that's going to happen, but in case we need it, they're here. We have reserves. It's like anything. You want to make sure that we're not under-equipped here. At this point.
Don't kid yourself, dude. You're finishing that.
You're definitely housing that whole bucket.
Look, I can't confirm nor deny. I'll just let it play out. How about that?
You know what? How about a fantasy prediction from our listeners? How many buckets is Bucky going to down today over at the Hooters in St. Pete? Go ahead. I want to hear a fantasy prediction from our listeners for Bucky. So I'm going with a solid 2 buckets.
No shot. That's just at this stage in my career. Maybe if we're talking about prime years, so 26, 27, that's a possibility. But I'm on the wrong side of 30 here, Tate. And to be honest with you, y'all are just lucky I'm in here this evening, or to see this evening. I think it's evening. I went to sleep at about 6 o'clock last night. That's where I'm at in my life. I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day because I go to sleep way too darn early. It's a struggle. I'm still adjusting, but I do want to just give a quick shout out here to the fine folks at Hooters.
That was a great shout out. Great shout out. Well done, Buck. And we got Jesse Torres asking about your boy from the Buffalo Bills, Devin Singletary, or Brian Hill with Devonta Freeman on the shelf. Also, I believe Ito Smith is not going to be active in this one as well. So we've got Brian Hill, who should see a ton of touches for the Atlanta Falcons. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Singletary. I think he's a better player. I haven't seen Brian Hill play.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with Singletary over Brian Hill. It's just exactly what Bucky said. I'm not going to fall into the trap. I mean, I did this with Ty Johnson when Kerryon Johnson went down. So I want to see it before I'm committing to put him in my lineup. Maybe it's the wrong play, but Singletary's got a great matchup.
Yeah, I believe it is the wrong play. And I know that Singletary has a great matchup, but how did he do last time he played against the Miami Dolphins? I don't think he set the world on fire, if I'm not mistaken. And they continue to unjustifiably not give that young man the football. They continue to have Josh Allen run the football quite a bit. And Frank Gore continues to see an equal amount of touches, which is maddening, but I'm not going to deal with that. I know what Brian Hill's volume is going to be today, so I'm going to go with Brian Hill because I feel like he's going to get more touches. I mean, could Singletary have a great day against Miami? You're absolutely right, he could. But I'm going to go with the safer play in a PPR format, which I feel like this week, given the circumstances, is Brian Hill. So
fair enough.
2-on-1. You guys are probably going to roll with Singletary. It's fun. Trey, thanks for joining us. Seamus or Matty this week.
That's so mean. We don't want to get ugly. This is a podcast of positivity. This is a live show that is all about love.
Shame.
It's a loving live show. No.
Shame.
Derek, I don't want to harken back to darker times. I'm going to go. That was a bad joke. I'm going to go with Jameis Winston here, believe it or not.
I am also going to go with Jameis Winston. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. You know the Bucs are going to score 30 a game. You already mentioned it. No Lattimore. Matty
Ice. That's the kicker. If Lattimore were playing, I would have gone Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to – even though the stat line was deceiving last time the Bucs and Saints played, Winston got away with 2 turnovers that called back via penalty. I'm still going to go with Jameis Winston. I think that the New Orleans Saints are going to be able to put up points against this Bucs defense, and the Bucs are going to have to try to keep up. Jameis is going to turn the ball over once or twice, but he's still going to throw for a touchdown or 2 against Marshawn Lattimore, less secondary there for the Saints. So I agree. We're clean sweep with Jameis Winston over Matt Ryan. Wow. Matt Wooden, greetings from a cold Tampa. Don't you speak of cold when it comes to being in Tampa, Florida. That hurts.
It's quite frigid. It's quite frigid, Derek. But speaking from, I'm here live in the flesh. I had to wear a light jacket today. It's cold.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to wear a light jacket. Sorry it inconvenienced you. That sounds awful. Brave.
You moved to Cadillac. You moved to Cadillac, Michigan. I chose to stay here.
I did move to Cadillac under my own free will. I did.
Free will. This is America. God bless it.
Dennis, we got another half-point PPR question. Need a backup quarterback for Mahomes currently. I mean, I know that he's got a bye next week, so I mean, I guess we could take a pure forward. Currently have Josh Allen. Alternatives: Baker, Carr, Brissett, Allen, Darnold, Tannehill, and Foles or Minshew. Just in a bucket without looking at all the matchups. Derek Carr's been the one that's been the most consistent this year. I mean, no disrespect to Jacoby, but I'm going to go with Derek Carr of the options you mentioned.
Same.
Reluctantly, I'm going for the Maybelline man. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Baker?
That's Derek Carr. That's Derek Carr.
Oh.
That was I'm feeling very meta today. I went with the mascara joke and then I switched it into the Maybelline man. You get it?
Love it.
I gotta keep y'all on your toes.
You
okay,
do.
this is my job. My job is for full circle jokes to be present.
Dude, that was a full-on Tate and switch. Well done. Well played.
Oh, yeah.
Kel Robichaux. Kel, what's up, buddy?
It's Robichaux.
Robichaux. It's spelled Robichaux. Robichaux.
I think that's a bit insulting for a man we've known since we were wee lads. Love you, Kel.
Love you too, Kel. My bad. Apparently, I need phonetic spelling for everything, even from pals from high school. So we got pick 2: Marlon Mack, David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, Rojo, and go Tigers.
Ooh. Mack and Fournette.
Same.
I hate to just be chalky about it. Ronald Jones, I can understand the appeal, but I'm still going to go with a guy that I think is going to have a decent game, which is Leonard Fournette. But I'm eliminating David Johnson right off the bat. The real question here, in my opinion, is Fournette and Ronald Jones. I'm going to go Ronald Fournette, go Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, Mack has been disappointing, obviously. He's getting a lot of carries. He's just not finding the end zone. We've talked about this repeatedly, but, I mean, the requisite touches are there. I'm going with Mack, and I'm going with Fournette. No chance I'm playing Johnson. No chance.
Yeah, David Johnson with a tough matchup, and the fact that Kenyon Drake has been playing very well. Outplaying him, just flat out outplaying him, means I'm sitting David Johnson. I'm fading him to my bench, and then Rojo, I think it was Peyton Barber who saw as many carries as Rojo did last week. And in fact, when it mattered most, they went to Rojo to win the game late in the fourth quarter with a goal line.
Barber, you mean? Barber.
Barber. I mean, my apologies. They went with Peyton Barber. That's what I'm saying.
You know what was confusing about that whole scenario last week? Arians publicly said that Rojo deserved the lion's share of the carries, and then they go out and they split the carries. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, the Bucks won a football game, so let's not nitpick.
Go Bucks.
But Rojo, I will say Rojo did catch 8 passes for 77 yards. So you don't want to overlook that. We don't want to overlook that. He had a very solid PPR week still. But yeah, for that matter, I'm still going to, given those options, we're going Mack and Fournette. Zach, thanks for joining us. Should I trade Amari Cooper for George Kittle when I already have Mike Evans, T.Y. Hilton, Devontae Adams, or should I keep Amari and use Waller and Ingram as my tight ends? I think it's using Waller as your tight end. Don't give up Amari Cooper. Start Cooper along with Mike Evans. And even if you want to play matchups with Devontae Adams, that's completely fine. But don't give up Amari, who's been a solid top 5 wide receiver week in, week out.
Buddy, if this was an Uber ride, okay, and you were trying to navigate and all of these tight ends were in the Uber, you better believe that Darren Waller is sitting shotgun and George Kittle's in the middle seat in the back, okay, right now. So absolutely not. You got to go with Darren Waller. The guy's as good as he gets at the position right now, and he's being utilized properly. And I actually really love Amari Cooper from here on out to the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, talk about being utilized properly. Amari Cooper is the real deal. I'm not trading him, especially not for a banged up Kittle right now. But Zach, thank you for subscribing. I just got the notification. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, but I would hold Amari Cooper. I'm not trading a stud for an injured player. I mean, I'm not doing that at this point of the season. I get the depth question, though. Edit 718, full point PPR, Eckler, Rude Boy Bob, Allen Robinson, or Tyler Boyd.
I like this question.
It's a very good question. Immediately, my brain, I was Allen in The Hangover right there. Just calculus going on all over here. It's still Eckler for me.
I'm actually gonna go in a different direction here. I'm gonna
eliminate. You're going Robinson.
Yeah, I kind of want to go Robinson, but I still don't trust Mitch. And I feel like Jalen Ramsey's probably going to be on the AR-12. So I'm going to avoid him too. I'm actually going to go Tyler Boyd. I think he's got the best matchup here. And I think he finally scores this week.
He does have the best matchup, but do I trust the Cincinnati Bengals?
No.
I trust a Cincinnati Bengal right now. And the question is no. If anything, I could see the Kansas City Chiefs getting out on the Los Angeles Chargers early. And one thing we know P-Rib is willing to do is check it down. He will check it down to a capable running back catching passes out of the backfield. For me, that's going to be Austin Eckler all day.
Fair.
That's right. Hey, Edit 718, your new name. I haven't really seen you, so please go ahead, subscribe to the channel.
We got Jesse Torres with another question. Jimmy G or Tommy Boy?
I'm going Tommy.
Yeah, I'm going Tommy again.
I mean, not as many injuries. N'Keal Harry's back this week too. Maybe he'll show up.
I don't think that matters.
Well, Lonnie freaking yeah. We got N'Keal Harry back. N'Keal, I've reached the top. But no.
What are you doing, Tate?
Jimmy G, dude. It's Jimmy G. Tom Brady, he's a game manager at this point in his career, and that's fine. He's got 6 rings. He's got the hardware to be able to do whatever the hell he wants out there. But even with N'Keal Harry back, I mean, he's going to probably play a minor role this week.
Yeah.
You got to be on point, on time when playing in this Patriots offense to be able to get snaps. So for me, that doesn't tilt the needle enough to be able to go him over Jimmy G.
Let me be clear. I was not saying N'Keal Harry is going to move the needle by any means this week.
Yes, you did.
I was being sarcastic. I'm just saying the Patriots are healthier than the 49ers right now.
Own it.
Whatever.
Yeah, you do got to be on it. Buddy.
Edit. Thank you for the sub. Bucks, good call. You called him out and he subscribed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, I'm the ever watching eyeballs. Like I'm always, I see new names and I think, hey, I can connect with this person. Edit 718 with a creepy avatar. I like this guy. Good question. When you bring the good questions, it's a separation point. Let's move on. I like this one here. Tight end Cook versus Tampa at 1 p.m. Or do you hold out hope for Kittle on the 4 p.m.? I'm not holding out hope. You'll be out of breath. I'm going to go with Jared Cook. I think it's a solid matchup, and I think he's actually their third option in this particular game. So I like Jared Cook.
Yeah, no question for me. It's Cook.
Yeah, I mean, Kittle's out. I believe Kittle's already been ruled out, Matt. So Woody, shout out Woody. So yeah, I'm obviously that makes your decision very easily. Just go ahead and don't even think about it. Just put Jared Cook in your starting spot at tight end and don't worry about it. Harris Davidson, thanks for joining us. We got Eric Ebron or Jackie Doyle. We got to choose between Indianapolis tight ends. Oh no!
Don't do it to me.
Why do you do this to yourself, Harris?
There's got to be another tight end you can pick up. But if we have to choose between the two, I'm going with the Jackie Doyle piece. On the seam route.
Bucky's going to say Doyle, no doubt in my mind.
I'm going Jack Doyle. I'm not making any bets about it this week. Which we had a tie, as we say here in America, on the last one, Tate. I just think Jack Doyle versus Eric Ebron is the fact that we have to ask the question is essentially the crux of the problem there in Indianapolis, week to week, trying to choose somebody. You're an owner of one guy, you're still very cognizant, you're very aware of the other player, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I can't win in this scenario, right? I just can't win in this scenario. Now to have that manifest itself on the same team, oh, that's ugly, Harris. Harris, I feel for you, but I'm going Jackie Doyle.
I'm gonna go the other way. I feel like Ebron's having the game today. I'm feeling it.
A little 3 touchdown, little.
I'd be happy with 1 because I'm starting him in 2 leagues.
Harkening back to days past. Those were good years. Those beautiful 2018 season. Touchdown every week. I look back at it with very pleasant eyes.
Nick Bird, thanks for joining us. Sorry, my apologies. Nick joined us on the Fantasy Debate with Sam and Tate, which, by the way, comes at you every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. But we got a question. Pick one, full point PPR. Raheem Mostert, Kalen Ballage, or Miles Sanders? When you think of garbage, think of Raheem. I'm going with Raheem Mostert. A good friend of the Cardinals rush defense, and there's no Matt Breida. That's the big thing. No Matt Breida today. Raheem's going to be the guy that gets the.
But he's questionable too. Raheem is questionable.
He's playing though.
Going Raheem.
Kalen Ballage is garbage. Just drop him.
But look, no, I'm actually gonna say Kalen Ballage. The Bills are the 8th worst run defense in the league. People are sleeping on the fact that Bills overall have a very good defense. I know how bad he is. I've watched it. It's truly one of the most disgusting displays on a football field I've ever seen last week. What was it? 20 carries, 38 yards?
No. Bucky, your guess was 20 for 38. He finished with 20 for 43. So you were within 5 yards of your ridiculous prediction, which was awesome.
I get it. But the Bills play down to their competition week after week.
Yes, they do.
Mostert, no matter what, is going to have to contend with Tevin Coleman. Miles Sanders, I just don't love the matchup against a New England run defense. I'm going to go Kalen Ballage. It sounds crazy, but the requisite touches are there, regardless of the player being equivalent to a bag of mulch. I reluctantly and extremely reluctantly go with Kalen Ballage.
Kalen Ballage needs
close my eyes to deliver those words, by the way. That's terrible.
Kalen Ballage needs a hole big enough to drive a car through for him to find more than 2.5 yards in a carry. So I'm out on this guy. I'm going Raheem.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Buck. I'm shocked that you're going with Kalen Ballage. I mean, your logic, while sound, his floor, I mean, it's 6 feet deep. I mean, there's no upside to this guy whatsoever. I mean, I know maybe if they have a couple short yardage opportunities, he'll get carries and hopefully he punches one in. But that's it. I mean, that's what you're banking on and hoping for. I mean, other than that,
you say 6 feet deep. You ever heard of zombies? It happens all the time in movies and such. Like 6 feet deep is just the beginning. They push through. They get to ground level and they wreak havoc. That's Kalen Ballage today. Projected stat line, 22 carries, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. You are bullish. You are bullish. The Buck is bullish. Ballage. We got to move on. Dumbbell, I traded Kamara, Chubb, and Damian Williams away for Christian McCaffrey and Edelman. He still has Fournette, Singletary, Howard, and Mack. So had some depth at running back. What do you think? Who won the trade?
If you get Christian McCaffrey on your team, you won the trade, especially with the fact that you have Fournette, Singletary, Howard, obviously questionable. I believe he's going to give it a go there against New England. And Marlon Mack, you're fine. I think you got an asset out of Julian Edelman, but you got the best player in fantasy football this year in Christian McCaffrey, so you won.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say it was too much. I think it was just a little bit too much. I mean, I get it. Damian Williams has been a headache all year, but Chubb has been solid, and Kamara is – I know that we're still waiting for Kamara to look like Kamara, but eventually with Drew Brees back under center, they're going to get it figured out. Kamara is going to start putting up top 5 numbers again. But the thing is, you know what you're getting with Run CMC, and given your depth, I totally understand the logic behind making the move because you can still go with run out CMC, Fournette, and Singletary or Mack or Howard every week as your 3 running back. Completely makes sense. So
I like the trade. I like the trade a lot.
So I don't know if we lost Ryan Levy. Hopefully he'll be back here shortly. Shawnee Boy 71 need to start too. I have Aaron Jones on a bye this week. Who should I start? David Montgomery, Sony Michel, Adrian Peterson, or Kalen Ballage in a standard format? Oh, boy, these are not attractive options. David Montgomery's dealing with an ankle injury. So, in fact, Sony Michel is really I'm going Sony Michel and David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson is getting Darius Geis back this week. We don't know what the option is going to be or how the workload is shared. Yeah. And then we got Kalen Ballage, who we already talked about Kalen Ballage, and I just don't like Kalen Ballage.
I'm going to go Sony Michel, Kalen Ballage.
Did you remove yourself from the stream?
Well, I'm not logged in anymore, so I can't put myself back in.
Oh, man. Quit messing around over there. What are you doing? Anyway, so in another one of his leagues, too, Shawnee Boy needs to start, too, as well, trying to figure out who to start. It's half-point PPR, Coleman, Singletary, or Miles Sanders.
I'm going Coleman.
going Coleman. What is this? What's happening with my board?
Well,
you guys keep
this
setting
is
it up.
This is a look behind the curtain. I work with technology each and every day. I realize there are inherent problems with it. I couldn't see any of the comments. I like to come in prepared.
That's why I got out too.
Yeah. So you know what, Tate? If you still see the comments, I'm proud of you, man. You're running this ship and you're running it well. Let's move along. We got Sean, little boy.
There was a glitch in the matrix.
All right. So of these options mentioned, though, I'm going Coleman and Singletary. Nothing against Miles Sanders. Now, if Howard was to be inactive, then I'd go with Miles Sanders. But if Howard's still toting the rock, then I'm going with Coleman and Singletary.
Yep, Coleman, Singletary for me.
Ryan Huang, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Half point PPR, start 2, Miles Sanders, Duke Johnson, Todd Johnson. Thanks for the advice, fellas. I got to check. Has Ty Johnson cleared concussion protocol? I'm not 100% sure. I got to get clarification on that real quick before I answer. But given your other options, I like Duke Johnson. Even if Ty Johnson is healthy, I'm still probably going Miles Sanders over him.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a rough week for you, Ryan. I hate to say it, man.
Yeah, Miles and Ty.
Here we got. Well, Reed, I'll let you take this one.
Oh, hello, Jace. Thanks for joining. No spamming in the comments, please. I see you down there.
Yeah, we see you. Hey, Jace.
Welcome
to the live show.
Randy Hall. Need to start 2. Thanks for joining us. Hollywood Brown, Miles Sanders, or Debo Samuel. Hollywood Brown, it seems as if he's expected to play. So I am going to roll with Hollywood Brown. And as the other option, a banged up Emmanuel Sanders, I'm going Debo.
I'm with you on this because, yeah, no doubt. I'm going Debo and Hollywood.
So just like this Creed song, can you take me higher? That's what I ask of you, Hollywood Brown. I'm going to go Hollywood Brown and Debo Samuel, 2 of the coolest names in all of the NFL. I'm going to partner that up, and I'm going to make sure that we have a nice little union that's going to take us higher, as Scott Stapp of Creed does proclamate.
I thought you were talking about the movie Creed, which rules, but no.
No, the band, probably the GOAT band.
The band Creed. Gotcha. All right.
I would sing, but I don't want to break anyone's hearts out there when they realize I'm a better singer than they are.
Misa, what's up? One of the OG commenters. All right. Team is taking a hit. Half point 2 PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Bob Woods, McLaurin, Brian Hill, James White, Pascal, Devontae Parker.
Ooh. 2 wide receivers and a flex, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to go McLaurin and Bob Woods and Brian Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to get Parker in here, though. He's the guy.
The Trey White treatment, I don't want anything to do with it.
I know. That's the thing. So I'm going to agree with you, Bucks. I'm going to go Woods, McLaurin, and Hill. You got to get Hill in there.
I don't know if you guys have watched, but Dwayne Haskins looks awful.
He does.
Bad. For that reason, I'm going to go Bob Woods, Pascal, and then I'm going to go with Brian Hill.
How many people did Pascal disappoint last week, though?
A lot.
God.
It's bad.
Hey, this is a quick aside, boys, but they're playing big wheel, keep on turning, rolling down the river, just like Lil Big Wheel. Shout out Dynasty. If you don't play Dynasty, I know I've talked about it like every week, get in a Dynasty league sooner rather than later. It is the most fun you can have. It's the ebbs, it's the flows, it's the ups, it's the downs. It's coming to Hooters and thinking, oh man, this will be the last time that I have a shot in this game of Dynasty football, and thinking, can we ascend? Can we keep building? It's about laying bricks and mortar, Tate. And that's Lil Big Wheel. That's what we do. Next year, it's going to be Lil Big Wheel.
Yeah, we'll see. I got all the picks next year.
Yeah, you do, except your own, which I kept. So,
but how often do you see all the picks come into fruition so early, the way it has for me? It's been wild. 8-2. I don't even think I won a game last year.
So,
we're back to the bucket question from like 40 minutes ago.
The rebuild is real for the Buck. Speaking of Bucky drinking buckets, 4 buckets easily from Ryan Lang, and then he changed it a minute later to only a half a bucket.
Oh, it's gonna be over half bucket. I'll tell you that right now. But I would say they don't have a wheelbarrow large enough for me to consume 4 buckets and then for them to wheel me out of here.
BG says
they do have a.
BG did say.
I don't know.
3.
We'll see.
2.5 buckets from Trey, and then
No.
Woody 3 or get out of here. 3 or get out of here.
Jeez, what do these people think of me? I'm just a human. I gotta work tomorrow.
Full bucket of Miller and housing from Mikel. Doesn't delicious wingy. I think that. I mean, I don't know what your wing numbers generally are, Buck. I don't know what's your average.
pretty weak.
I'm gonna lose a lot of support from the listeners out there, but I will come clean. I order 8 and I usually eat 7.
It's unbelievably weak.
I weigh 260 pounds. And that's the normal intake for me. I'm not setting records, but I'm just doing my best here at Hooters. And you know what? When they're so delicious, sometimes I like to just slowly enjoy them. That's it. I don't need to rush through this and then feel like I got a nice little bowling ball in my stomach for the next 8 hours. I'm going to go bowling ball free since 93. All right, let's move along. Enough about me. I'm just a guy here drinking beers.
Ethan Carlson, thanks for joining us. Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin. By the way, not scary Terry Levy. Stop
Not scary.
Lindsay or Lindsay need a wide receiver and a flex in a half-point PPR. I'm going Hollywood Brown over McLaurin, and I'm going Lindsay.
Yes.
I'm gonna offer a counterpoint here. I like McLaurin over Hollywood just because the injury. But Lindsay Hollywood makes sense, and I fully endorse that. This is a good problem to have. I like it.
There we go. So, Zach, I know I'm trading. Well, hold on. That's not really a question. Moving on, Coasters and Gaming. Thanks for joining us. Josh Allen or Tommy Boy, Tom Brady. I think it's Josh Allen easily.
Yes. Give me some Josh Allen this week.
Oh, man. I'm not ready for this roller coaster ride. Josh Allen.
Get on the wagon, Buck. Come on. Circle the wagons.
No, I mean, I'm in on it. This has been an exhausting season for the Bills.
Here's a Detroit Lions question. J.D. McKissick or Ty Johnson?
McKissick, no doubt.
I don't know. I liked what I saw from McKissick last week.
Yeah.
Really involved in the passing game. I mean, granted, didn't really do much on the ground, but if you can give me that PPR floor for McKissick, you can McKissick yourself into my lineup. I like it.
Yeah.
Stanley Ibkiss right there from the mask. Didn't know how to really incorporate it perfectly.
Ty Johnson.
What? What have we seen from that bum? He stinks.
Oh, let's be. Y'all are so ugly today. This is a labor of love, and what I want to do is promote positivity. Ty Johnson on the comeback trail starts this week.
Say hi again, Levy.
Oh, hello.
Get
Hello.
Spammers.
Judson Van Ward. What up, Judd? Okay, we got another question. Calvin Ridley or Michael Gallup this week? First place spot riding on the line. So no pressure.
Gallup.
I am actually going to go with Ridley. I know I said last week this guy was dead to me, but with no Hooper, these targets got to go somewhere, man. I'll tell you what. I'm going with Ridley.
Interesting.
Do you remember?
Interesting.
Do y'all remember last week when I had said that like Stephen Ridley is the one guy I can't break. Like I can't break up with him. I just keep inserting him. Yeah, whatever. Calvin, Stephen, the whole crew. Bring their brother Michael in too. I don't care. Ridley, I got to get rid of this guy. This is the week where I say no.
I told you last week to get rid of him.
I like Gallup's matchup better than I like Ridley's this week. I understand about the Hooper going out. That does kind of spark a little something in my brain, but I'm still going to go Michael Gallup.
Tate, you decide.
Well, against the Detroit Lions in that secondary, I'm going with Gallup. Giddy up, climb the ladder, get into the end zone. It's Michael Gallup time. But for me, yeah, particularly Calvin Ridley, too volatile, man. Too volatile, drives me nuts. I'm cashing out on Ridley when you have other good options. Now, this was another question from Judson. Now, Ridley or Cooper. Now, if it's Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp, both Coopers over Ridley all day,
Yeah.
any day, and twice on Sunday.
Agreed.
Free Willie. Will Jenkins, thanks for joining us, pal.
What's up, Will?
We got Tevin Coleman or Michael Gallup. For me, this is an easy Tevin Coleman with no Matt Brady. I mean, I expect Raheem Mostert to be involved. And if Raheem doesn't go just by some off chance, then Jeff Wilson Jr. will see some touches. But it's still Tevin Coleman against that Arizona defense.
Yeah, no doubt in my mind. It's Tevin Coleman here.
Yeah, T. Cole.
Varun, morning, guys. Good morning,
dude?
Varun. Thanks for joining us. Jesse Torres, another question. We got pick 2, Devin Singletary, Mark Ingram, Todd Gurley, or Miles Standards in a standard format.
Ingram, Gurley. Don't overthink it.
I'm actually going to go Ingram and Singletary. I still don't love the matchup for Gurley.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mark Ingram, and I'm going to go Todd Gurley. I mean, as much as I want to go Singletary so bad, I do. I really, really do. The Rams feel like they're playing for their season right now. I mean, they got to keep pace. Otherwise, they're going to fall out of the playoff picture in the NFC. Yeah, man, because right now, both wild card teams, I think, only have like 2 or 3 losses on the season right now with like the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they're not winning their division. They're not winning their division. That ship has sailed. So I expect them to go back to what worked. It should be Todd Gurley for at least this week.
Yep, I agree. Let's get back to what got us here, right?
True.
That has to be the line of thinking there.
Of course, that hasn't worked for most of the year because they just won't give Todd Gurley the damn football. But anyway, Varun has a question. Pick 1, Auden Tate, Zach Pascal, or Devontae Parker. Man, this is a question I never thought we'd be encountering on Fantasy Focus Live show, but injuries do the darndest thing to a lineup.
This one's easy for me.
Pascal.
Nah. It's
You're
Auden
going
Tate.
Parker.
I'm going on Tate.
It's Auden Tate.
I'm going on Tate as well, man.
Okay, that's fair. Auden
Great
Tate there,
juicy
Varun.
matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Devontae Parker, I don't want any part of that Tre'Davious White treatment. No thanks. I'll pass. Torres, Calvin Ridley, or John Brown. I'm going Smokey Brown. Too consistent.
Yeah, Smokey Brown for me in this one.
I'm definitely not starting Steven Ridley, considering what he did to me back in 2011.
He's late, but we're here. Dab Wizard. What up, dude?
There he is.
There we go. The Dab Wizard. All right, so we got Brandon Ward. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, that's B Ward. Hey, B Ward, what's going on, man?
What up, B Ward? My apologies. I will not address you as Brandon anymore. It's just B Ward. So we got
B Ward,
Montgomery or Cohen in the flex, depending on whether Montgomery is active. I'm going with either Chicago running back.
Yep, I'm going to go with either Chicago running back here. B Ward, if this is the standard league, I'm most certainly leaning towards whatever running back plays in this situation, because I know the league that you're in with another one, my buddy's Mark, that's a standard league. So I'm going to always lean running back in that, especially when it's Mohamed Sanu, who's never been a guy who's going to take the top off on a game and go for 120, which is something that you really need in a standard format if you're weighing this on the flex. So I'm going to go with the running back 100% of the time.
Yeah, I agree with these guys.
And by the way, in 10 minutes, we got our mild, medium, or hot picks coming your way here on the Fantasy Focus Live show. So we've got Dylan Meyer. We got a question, Sony Michel or Ronald Jones. A lot of Ronald Jones, Rojo questions today for good reason. Half-point PPR. Who do you guys got?
Oh, man.
I'm going to go Rojo. I'm going to go Rojo because of his involvement in the passing game last week, and I think the Bucks are going to find themselves on the wrong side of this of the game flow here, to where they're going to be passing the ball, and Ronald Jones has proven he's effective there.
I think it's a bad matchup for Tommy and the boys.
Yeah.
If there's a game where Michel's been struggling this year too, guys. I mean, a lot of that has to do with the offensive line up front. They're really banged up along that offensive line unit there in New England. So we're not seeing Sony Michel post 100-yard games like we did last season as a rookie. For that reason, Rojo is on the field far more often than Sony Michel is. And the one weakness that the Philadelphia defense has, or at least the glaring weakness, is in the secondary. And I think that we're going to see a lot more of James White in the passing game than we're going to see of Sony Michel on the ground today.
Yeah, I agree with that analysis. Spot on, Tater. I'm going Rojo.
Ryan Colville, shout out. What up, man? Thanks for joining us. Unbiased opinion, losers. Well, that was not sweet. I just gave you a warm welcome, and that was nice, though. What's up, but Brian Hill versus Carolina or Rojo versus New Orleans? For me, Levy, I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but I'm going Brian Hill, so I am going unbiased. And it's not because I don't think that Rojo's been playing well. Hear me out. It's that we still saw almost a dead even split as far as pure carries go between Rojo and Peyton Barber. I don't see anybody there in Atlanta to challenge Brian Hill for touches today.
Yeah, I'm with you actually on this one. Requisite touches, man. Brian Hill. Who else is he competing with there? I don't even know who their 4th-string running back is.
Quadri Allison.
Yeah, I'm
testing my brain here.
I'm going Brian Hill for sure in this scenario, Colville. I will see you tomorrow, buddy.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot you. You're in the shot. So we got Will Hays. Will, what's up, man? Stefon Diggs or Michael Gallup in my flex. Ooh, I like the matchup for Gallup, but I still got to go with the number one option. It's Stefon Diggs. I mean, I know that he continues to be incredibly volatile. I mean, peaks and valleys, man. It's driving any Diggs owner nuts. But do I think that Diggs could have a little bit higher floor this week than Gallup? I do. For that reason, I'm going Stefon Diggs.
Yeah, I'm still going Diggs in this scenario as well. I mean, what is Gallup? The 3rd option in this offense?
I believe
correct.
So.
Maybe even
correct.
4th?
I'm going Michael Gallup.
I'm going to sign off here for just a second. So take over for me, Levy.
I can't answer the questions, Tate. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I'm staying on.
I just can't access the board. I don't know what's up.
Oh, it's okay. So actually, we have our mild, medium, and hot picks ready a little bit early. So you're getting them a little bit early here on the Fantasy Focus Live show. We have Evelyn that's going to be joining us. Hello, Evelyn.
Hey, y'all.
How are you doing today? Happy Sunday.
I am fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I had to wear the hat because the hair is a mess today. But you have some mild, medium, hot picks for us, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let them rip.
All right. So for mild, I have running back David Johnson versus San Francisco 49ers defense. Is only allowing 14 points per game, and Kenyon Drake has outplayed Johnson the last 2 weeks. Start him at your demise. For medium, I have Mike Evans versus the Saints. Evans failed to catch a pass the last time these 2 teams played, but with Marshall Lattimore hurt, expect Evans to have a solid game. For hot, Michael Thomas versus the Bucks. Thomas has 3 straight games with over 100 yards receiving and is playing against a secondary that Bucky himself could torch deep for a tutty. He should have a monster day against a bad secondary.
Love it.
Absolutely. Evelyn, thank you so much. That was probably the best of the mild, medium, and hot picks we've had yet. So are you coming back next week? Are you going to make another appearance? By the way, real quick, we ask everybody this question. Do you prefer drums or flaps?
I prefer flaps, personally.
Oh.
No.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch, for sure.
Yeah, there we go. All right, you're cool.
We got one out of 2. Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Have a good one. Bucky, welcome back. Sorry, yeah, Bucky going to town on those on those buckets. Bucky getting buckets.
Hey, man, I steady get buckets. Heat check me from 3-point range. Let's do this. We're in the home stretch, boys. We're headed into week 11. We're feeling good. We're feeling fair. Now let's go out there and get victories.
Dude, Evelyn was fantastic. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for the mild, medium, and hot picks over there. Is Evelyn over there helping you out today, Buck? Is she the one feeding you the buckets?
Oh, absolutely. The whole crew is in here helping me out. Every single member of this crew, fully supportive of what we're doing here. Really enjoy all the support here from Hooters. Can't wait to get some wings here in a little bit. Apparently, our last live show where I was here, I was just housing wings and French fries the entirety of about an hour and 20 minutes. I decided I'm going to wait until afterwards to feed, but feed I will. 7 wings, no more.
Feed I will. So JT860N, thanks for joining us. Derek Carr or P. Riv and the boys?
Derek Carr. We've already answered this question. I'm going to say Carr 9 out of 10 times there might be that one where the brain just starts kicking, but I'm going Carr.
Yeah, I think someone had the exact same question earlier. I went Carr, so I'm sticking to my guns here.
And then, hey, also, by the way, tell your friends. Zach, thank you so much. Tell more people to subscribe. Tell more people to join us and hit us with your questions.
Check out the podcast too, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Shameless plug on the pod as well. So we got Misamar, Eric Ebron, or TJ Hawkinson. And do you think Emmanuel Sanders is playing today? It was reported that Sanders is expected to play. We just don't know what his involvement will be, but he is expected to be active today. So
give me the Hawk. Give me the Hawk.
With Driscoll under center, still liking
I don't care. I hate the split timeshare that they have with Eric Ebron and with Jack Doyle. And it's like other timeshares, it's hard to get out of that timeshare contract. It's going to drag you into debt. You're going to be furious. They're going to hit you with maintenance fees. And that's the issue with the timeshare. Tate, you ever been a part of one of these schemes?
No, but I don't like a tight end timeshare. I don't like a running back timeshare, much less a tight end timeshare.
I'm talking about beachfront property timeshares. It's a big racket.
No, I've never gone down that deep dark hole.
Nor have I.
Joseph Bourne identity. Kyle Allen or Tom Brady? Levy.
I'm gonna go Kyle Allen in this scenario, actually.
Bucky?
I'm going Brady, but I like, regardless of what you pick here, I think it's going to be a successful transaction for you. I think both players are going to be right in the same range, to be honest with you. So I don't see anybody jumping off as like, hey, this is the definite go-to.
I'm thinking like 250 and two tutties for each of these guys.
There'll be something.
I'm just not super high on Kyle Allen. I'm not
either.
As a fantasy quarterback, I'm just not. No disrespect to him, but Tom Brady, again, as I mentioned, kind of the breakdown as far as how I see it for the Eagles and Pats. I think if the one place that teams can hurt the Philadelphia Eagles is in the passing game. So for that reason, I will go ahead and give the nod to the GOAT to start over Kyle.
Wait, you just sold me. I'm changing my mind. I'm going Brady.
Oh, yeah. Join on. Come on, Bucky. That's right. Yeah.
Sorry, Buck.
Tate wagon. Nobody said wagons like Derek Tate.
You picked Allen, Tate?
No, I picked Brady.
I picked Brady.
Oh, then we're all in agreement.
Starting fights. That's how empires crumble.
Whoopsie. Anyway, JP covers Golladay, Woods, Pascal, or Tyrell Williams. Choose two, please. Thank you for saying please. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to go with Robert Woods and Tyrell Williams. I'm not messing with Golladay with Driscoll under center.
I'm with you. I'm not messing with Golladay this week. I stated it earlier.
Yes, Williams is a guy for sure for me here. So it's between Woods and Golladay. I'm going to lean Woods as well.
Okay. And another question from Joseph Bourne, Tyler Boyd over Aubrey Tate.
Auden.
So here. I think I'm going to go with Tate.
I'm going to go with Tate because he's going to find the end zone.
Auden Tate, red zone threat.
But there, I do have a descendant of the house Tate that is named Aubrey. It's distant, and she sings show tunes. So
that's awesome.
Going with Aubrey Tate works well as well. So
can we get Aubrey Tate on the show to sing us a song?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to.
Maybe her and I could do a duet.
What would you pick? Tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah, like
I don't like that song. No, it'd probably be Landslide, Fleetwood Mac. That'd be my preferred duet song. I'd turn it into a duet.
I did Prince Ali the other day at karaoke. Beautiful. Called Curly's over here in Cadillac, Michigan, just setting the mic on fire.
Love it.
There you go. I too like Melvin Gordon this week. Dab on him.
Dab on him.
I like Melvin.
Against the Kansas City defense, that their one weakness seems to be up front, teams being able to run the football on them. Absolutely. And by the way, Melvin Gordon has started to look like Melvin Gordon, guys. He's looking like the player that he was in last season before he got that knee injury. So TS, Robert Woods, Tyrell Williams, or Hollywood Brown. So I'm going Tyrell in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the matchup for Bob Woods and Hollywood coming off the injury. I'll go Tyrell.
I'm going Bob Woods. I'm sticking with the rude boy.
All right.
I'm not messing with that Bears defense. I'm good. I'll pass. Brady Carlson, Ridley Hyde, Rojo Robinson, or Crowder. Got to pick 2 in a full point PPR.
I have Carlos Hyde in there, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm out on Robinson because of the matchup with Jalen Ramsey, probably. I like Hyde. I'm going to go with Hyde as one of my options. So for me, it's between Crowder and Rojo, actually.
Give me Hyde and Crowder.
Yeah. Yeah, because of Rojo. I mean, I just don't know if he's – I'm going to go Hyde.
You just don't
Crowder.
know with the Bucks. I mean, with the Bucks, you have 2 dynamic threats. With the receivers, you have O.J. Howard. And I know Rojo has kind of assumed a role where he's definitely going to be, I wouldn't say the focal point, but he's going to be involved. I just week to week, you never really know. And like Crowder is the only thing there, right? That's how I look at it.
Speaking of week to week, I don't know what the hell to expect from Sam Darnold.
True.
So for me,
True.
I'm going to stay away from Crowder for that reason, even though I could see him having a solid PPR performance again. I'm going to go Rojo and Hyde.
All right, fair enough.
I'm going to go with the running backs in this scenario because none of the receivers really scream out to me as a great option. Brady Carlson, Eric Ebron, or Gerald Everett. Everett's actually Everett's been better than you think.
GF.
Me too. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going to go Everett too.
So, Carmichael Cleaning Mike. I
love this guy.
Love this name. Love this guy. Thanks for joining us.
He might be my favorite listener. I love everything about Carmichael Cleaning Mike.
It's just
man of many words.
That username just rolls off the tongue. Carson Wentz or Sam Darnold for me. I know I get why Wentz is even in this conversation because of the matchup against New England. I'm still going to go Carson Wentz.
Wentz.
I can't start Darnold over Wentz. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna be like, I can't start Wentz against that defense.
No, I mean, I get the argument for Darnold, but I'm just not doing it. Ride the horse that got you here, Carmichael Cleaning Mike.
Ride that car right into the fantasy playoffs. Victor, we got half point PPR, Gallup, or Mr. Anderson.
Gallup.
I'll go Gallup as well.
I'll actually go Robbie Anderson. Anderson. This one.
You just basically broke down why you don't like Crowder, and now you're going Bob Anderson over.
So in a half point PPR, I still believe that Rude Boy Bob can run, or not Rude Boy Bob. Robbie Anderson can still run. So for that reason, I do expect Sam Darnold to have a good week. I don't think he's going to have a terrible week. I still like the matchup for Sam Darnold. It's just, who do I think is more likely to score this week, Crowder or Anderson? I think it's Anderson. So
this feels like the 2016 election. A lot of flip-flopping going on out there, Tate. You're kind of blowing my mind.
My bad. I'm trying to keep you on tilt. So Dennis Steven half point PPR, need a defense for the upcoming weeks. Hate the rest of the available. So I mean, Bills, Eagles, currently have Bills and Eagles. But is there any playoff team that you like for their matchup as far as the defensive side goes to kind of stash away?
Yeah, get a new league that doesn't do defenses. That'd be my recommendation. I'm just kidding. I mean, but I understand that people play it. I don't know. You just listed out 8 teams. It's hard for me to quantify this. The Colts would probably be the ones that I would lean to here.
Yeah,
Colts have the best defense.
Colts defense may. Well, I mean, I know the Chargers still have some kind of tough matchups going down the stretch. So yeah, I will go with the Indianapolis Colts. Leonidas, King Leonidas, holding. I think that's a Great Dane. Are you cuddling with a Great Dane in your user pick or your avatar? That's fantastic.
It looks like a Doberman.
Ooh,
what type of dog is this, Leonidas? We got to know. Full point PPR. David Montgomery, assuming he plays. Ridley, Pascal Sanders, or Darius Geis. First Geis question of the day.
It has been said that AP is actually starting. I don't know if it matters. Geis is definitely going to get his touches.
Sure.
I'll go Montgomery, assuming he plays.
Assuming he plays Montgomery, yeah.
Yes, if he plays, it's Montgomery. Now, let's say he doesn't play. Who do you select out of this group of 4?
The problem is it's a Sunday night football game.
I'm going to go – well, see, that inherently creates a completely different situation, right? I think you need to prepare for the worst with David Montgomery And if you had to go with one of these other options, for me, reluctantly, extremely reluctantly, it's Ridley.
Ooh,
he's still a wide receiver too. He's number 23 overall.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I can't go with Geis, and I don't want to go with Sanders against that New England defense.
Yeah.
I think it is Ridley. I hate saying it, but I do think it is Ridley.
I mean, that's ugly, Leonidas. Put your dog, and your bun. It's beautiful. You keep being you.
Edit 718. Who has the better week, Deshaun Watson or Dak Prescott?
Flip a coin.
I think it's Dak.
I'll go Dak this week.
I think it's Dak against that Lions defense.
I do quite like Dak's matchup here. I do quite like it. I'll say Dak, but flip a coin. Those are like two of the top 5 quarterback options this week.
So we got Debo or Gerald Everett.
Debo,
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, Debo.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dad, you're back. Olsen or Jackie Doyle piece. I'm going with
Olsen.
I'm going Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen, no doubt. I love that.
I like that if you go Jackie Doyle piece, you know what's going on. This Dab Wizard, just you keep doing you, pal.
Boom.
Love you.
Boom. TS, I need a quarterback this week. Jimmy G, Kyle Allen, Carson Wentz, Cousins, or Darnold. I mean, Wentz is the best player of these guys, but
I'm going Kyle Allen.
You going Allen?
I am. Yes.
I'm going Jimmy Grapes.
I'm going Garapalo as well. He should have Emmanuel Sanders available to him. No Kittle, but I still think he's going to have a nice day against this Arizona secondary. So JT86TN sit one in a full point PPR. Diggs, Golladay, or Allen Robinson, all are sit worthy. But who's the dookiest of the bunch?
I'm gonna sit Golladay.
Same.
I'm gonna sit Robinson just because of Jalen Ramsey. I just don't want to. I don't want to go against that man. I know it's tough because he's going to be targeted probably 9-10 times, but I see him with like 4 catches for 60 yards today.
I mean, four catches for 60 yards today is something I'll take. I mean, that's 10 points in a PPR. So if I'm sitting one, I'm going to sit Golladay. I just don't know what to expect yet with Jeff Driscoll under center. That's all.
Can I interject here? Leonidas confirmed I was correct. It is a Doberman, and the Doberman's name is Diablo.
Diablo?
Diablo.
Great name. Well, apparently I wish it was a Great Dane, but you know, Doberman's rule.
Can you take this comment off the I am over 260. I am actually, I think this morning I was 258. I was 258 this morning. I just round up. So I'm not over it, but DM, I feel you, bro. Hey, keep getting your steps in, man. Just keep getting if you get your steps in and you keep on grinding, 10,000 a day, things are good, and you can enjoy a Chris Miller Lite on a Sunday afternoon. That's what we do here.
All right, so we got Aiden Tabor already asked a similar question earlier in the week, but I made some trades. So pick 3: Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, or Terry McLaurin.
Pick 3. Let's see. I'm going to go Moore, Boyd, and Kirk.
I've got the same exact 3, Levy.
I mean, I don't love the matchup for Kirk, obviously, but got to start him, man. I mean, Scary Terry ain't looking so scary right now.
Stop calling him that.
I'm going Kirk, Moore, and McLaurin.
Yeah.
Get at it. Miss me. You can miss me. Is that what the kids say? Miss me with that? Miss me with Tyler Boyd. Is that a thing? I feel like I've heard that thing.
I don't know.
You're speaking to the wrong crew if you're trying to find out if it's a thing right now.
It's true. We're way past the point of our primes. All right.
Nathan K, thanks for joining us. So we got Golladay or McLaurin today in a standard format. I hate the fact that we actually got this question because
Nathan, what's up, dude?
This is a tough question. And I'm going to go Terry McLaurin.
Ooh.
I don't like it, but hopefully him and Dwayne Haskins can chime up some of their chemistry from back in the old Ohio State days to find the end zone.
I'm going McLaurin here.
I'm going Kenny G, man. Kenny G finds the end zone this week. I'd rather have Driscoll than Haskins.
Well, actually, that's an interesting argument.
Fair.
I mean, who would have thunk it? In week 11, we're talking about Jeff Driscoll and Dwayne Haskins.
It's tough.
Haskins I could have predicted, but not Jeff Driscoll.
Never.
Dumbbell, a.k.a. Sarjo, need one wide receiver and a flex from Pascal, not Scary Terry, Geis, Hollywood, Chark, and Diggs. So we got to get one wide receiver. If I'm picking out of all these wide receivers, I mean, DJ Chark has been very good this year. I want to find a way to get Hollywood Brown in there, though. So I think I'm going to just go with those two because that's what my gut tells me. Hollywood and DJ Chark.
I don't love the matchup for Chark, actually. I'm going Diggs for sure. But I'm going to play Chark.
I'm going to go Hollywood and Diggs.
Hollywood and Diggs. Okay. I think 3 different answers.
House divided.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clear,
so Dumbbell,
clear as mud.
You side with Buck. You always have. You always will. That's my guy. You saw Joe.
Tim Westby. Morning, guys. Need a streamer, Rivers, or potentially Brissett, Jimmy G, Kyle Allen, or Foles. For me, I've been high on Jimmy G today. I'm going to continue to go with Jimmy Garapalo, but I would still take Rivers over Jimmy Garapalo today. I expect that to be a higher scoring game between Kansas City and Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'll go
Stick with Rivers here. Yep.
Leonidas, half-point PPR for flex, Ertz, Kenyon Drake, or Darius Geis. Kenyon Drake is really
I'm going Drake.
Oh,
I'm doing
man.
Tough matchup, man.
Yeah,
but half-point PPR, Kenyon Drake has looked good. And still, we have a huge question mark. I think David Johnson was only involved with 7 touches last week I believe Kenyon Drake was over 18. So it looks like Kenyon Drake to me, guys.
His coming out party was against San Fran, right?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because, yeah, you're 100% right. I am going to go with Kenyon Drake because it's not like Ertz has been lighting it on fire this year. Ertz hasn't been the Ertz of 2018. I mean, I know that he's actually had a couple big games recently, but Kenyon Drake seems to be getting the touches, and David Johnson doesn't look like himself. So I am going to go with Kenyon Drake despite it being a tough matchup.
It's tough for me, but I'm going to go Drake over Ertz as well. I just lean running back.
Gideon, you guys suck. Nice to see you too. Who do y'all like better, Evans or Godwin for DraftKings?
Evans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Evans. I just feel like the upside's higher, and Godwin's cooled down.
Godwin has kind of come back to earth, and Evans has been playing out of his mind recently. And with no Marshawn Lattimore to keep him in check, I do expect it's going to be Mike Evans who has the better day today. So riding the hot hand, Victor. We got TJ Hawkinson or Gerald Everett. I feel like we already answered a similar question to this.
Gerald.
So it's Gerald for me.
Yeah, I'll go Gerald as well.
Westby. Half to 11-0. Terrible Thursday night. Bought into Sam Steelers play Juju Connor. Oh, man. Yeah, Connor and Juju laid an egg.
No, Tim. Tim, do you have a pulse right now? Let me check you. All right, Tim, you're good.
I know mouth to mouth, but I'm not going to do it on you, Timmy.
I would if needed. I would definitely do that.
We need 3 of these, huh?
Melvin Gordon, Gallup, Jacobs, Kirk, Manny Sanders, Crowder, or Hollywood Brown. I'm going Melvin Gordon, Jacobs.
Yep.
Easily, those two. And then
Kirk.
You're going Kirk? You're going Kirk?
I'm going, Mel Gordon, Josh Jacobs, Christian Kirk. I think that's as cool and easy as it gets.
I'm actually, even though I don't love the matchup for Christian Kirk, that's why I'm going to flex to Hollywood Brown. I'm going to go with Hollywood in what I expect to be a pretty high-scoring game between them and the Texans.
I'm going to go with Bucky on this one because I feel like he's the number 1 option for Kyler. So, yeah. I don't love the matchup, though, but, yeah.
Kirk just dropped 6 for 130 and 3 scores. Like, coming in hot, he's 100% healthy. clearly Kyler Murray's number one option. Dab Wizard, it's weird. I'm 9-1 in a league and 3-7 in another, but I feel like my 3-7 team is better than my 9-1. Well, join the club because I feel like I'm in a similar situation where my team that's 8-2 is not as good as my 5-5 squad.
Yeah, I have similar scenarios this year for sure.
What's the chance Hooper plays meaningful time the rest of the season? Do they play it safe with him, basically? I have Waller safe to drop Hooper. I couldn't trade either one all season, which is weird because tight end's been a wasteland, and those two have actually been very good all year. But, I mean, I do think I don't know if it's safe to drop Hooper. I mean, what?
I'm sorry. I was looking ahead at the next comment. I'm sorry.
I'll step in here. So if you have Austin Hooper and you have Darren Waller, I think for the sake of your team, you should have traded one of them early on, and you would have benefited greatly from actually moving one of those assets and filling in holes that you didn't have. Now at this point, if Hooper were to play, even if it's week 15, week 16, where you're still playing fantasy football, hopefully in a championship or semifinal game, the Waller-Hooper combo as a flex option in a PPR format is quite formidable. I would highly recommend hanging on to Hooper if you can. And at this point, you know the way that your lineup is constructed, right? You're not going to be over there saying, oh, I dropped Hooper. Who are you adding for Austin Hooper at this point in the season?
Exactly.
You have the numbers 1 and 2 tight ends rostered up, flex options galore. By no means am I dropping Austin Hooper, even if he's only going to play one more game in the fantasy football schedule. Do you guys agree?
Yes, I'm with you. I mean, it depends who you're picking up, but at this point, you might as well just leave him on your roster.
Who are you picking up right now?
I mean, that's really that's
Akram Wadley.
That's the question.
Akram.
Let's go. Let's scoop. What's Akram Wadley doing right now? I love that guy.
Coaching high school football somewhere.
Oh man, maybe XFL. He'll make an appearance in the XFL soon.
I hope so.
Gideon, we have a call to action. Evelyn, in replacement of Bucks.
I'll let her know. She could sub in right now through the end of the show. Like
Gideon's such a salty dog. I hope he does not make the playoffs in the listeners league.
No, I appreciate the sentiment there. I agree. Evelyn is much better than I am. She's an unbelievable commentator on this sport. I'm not that good. I just talk a little bit.
I think we're
replace. I'm in on it. If there were a hashtag, I'd be in on it.
I think we're all in danger of losing our jobs to Evelyn, to be honest with you. So she was fantastic.
Yeah, it's scary.
Sleek, start 2 in a full point PPR. I'm going to start rattling these off a little bit quick as we're starting to kind of come down the home stretch of the show. John Brown,
last 10 minutes,
and Tyrell Williams.
It's
Christian
Brown.
Kirk, Tyrell.
Ooh, it's Brown and Tyrell for me.
Staying away from Brown.
Why? Why are you staying away from John Brown?
Because I'm a Bill.
Are you a Dolphins fan today or something?
Because I'm a Bills fan. And the fact when you're a Bills fan is you have this warped reality, right? And my warped reality is we're going to play down. John Brown's going to have a horrible game. Josh Allen's going to have like 3 turnovers, and we're going to win by 3 points. That's how I see this game going. I'm going to go with a guy in Tyrell Williams that I think is going to have a better game. And Christian Kirk, regardless of matchup, is explosive. And he's just coming into his own with Kyler Murray under center.
Yeah, I'm going John Brown and Tyrell Williams. John Brown has been steady Eddie all season long. Christian Kirk's coming off of a great game, but that is a tough secondary that they're going against in the San Francisco 49ers. That's why I'm not messing with Christian Kirk if I can today. Eric Fala, gentlemen, how the heck are you? DJ Moore or Diggs in a flex?
DJ Moore.
It's so tough to say. I'm going to go Diggs. I'm going to go Diggs over DJ Moore today. I'm just not on the Kyle Allen train. You guys are. So Peter Orozco, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Kenny Golladay, or Terry McLaurin in a standard format. Hollywood Brown. I mean, the man still has the speed that can take the top off of a defense and has one of the hottest quarterbacks in the NFL pulling the trigger for him. Golladay has Jeff Driscoll, and Terry McLaurin has Dwayne Haskins. I'm making it that simple.
Oh, man.
I'm going to stick with Marquise Brown here. The best quarterback in the bunch, right? That factors in. If he's a full go, it's a standard format, so I'm not worried about accumulation of 5-6 receptions. Hollywood Brown can get it done in one. So give me that guy with that upside factor. I'm going to go Hollywood. I'm with you, Tate.
I'm going to lean the best quarterback here. I was going to say Kenny Golladay, but give me some Hollywood. Let's go.
We got Mark Andriotti. Thanks for joining us. Another Hollywood Brown question or Tyler Boyd?
Hollywood.
I'm going Tyler Boyd in this scenario. Better matchup.
For me, it honestly depends on the format. If it's a PPR, I'm going Tyler Boyd. If it's a standard, I'm going Hollywood Brown.
That's fair. I like that, Tate.
So,
hey, can I ask a question?
Of course.
Sure.
I have a lineup question of my own, and I need some expert opinion.
Ooh.
Let me set the table. This is a $1,000 league.
Someone go get Evelyn then.
I'm in first place in my division, but I'm only at 6-4, right? I've got Chris Godwin as one wide receiver. It's a 2 QB league, and I'm starting Fitzmagic and Foles this week because I've got Wilson on a bye. As my wide receiver 2, Devontae Parker, Allen Robinson, or Christian Kirk.
Kirk.
All these matchups suck.
Yeah, they're all not good. And if that's the case, I'm going to ride the hot hand, which is Christian Kirk.
All right, that's what I got. Thanks, gents.
No problem. Thanks for joining us, Ryan Levy. Keep hitting us with your questions.
Hey, next time I charge you, Levy, you will be billed. You will receive an invoice in the mail.
I'll get you a signed calendar.
Ooh,
That maybe not. That would be the light of my day.
I'd be in debt to you if you got me that.
Chip Smith is right around the corner, boys.
Okay.
Clinton Manning, descendant of Peyton Manning. Murray or Rivers? Thanks for joining us. I'm going
Murray.
Against the 49ers?
I don't care. I like
I'm
the
going
player.
Rivers.
I like the player.
I'm going to go Murray as well because I think they're going to be playing from behind. He might throw the ball 40 times today. It might not be pretty, but I expect like 50 rushing yards for Kyler, maybe 2 touchdowns total.
Yeah, I'm just not going to mess with that San Francisco defense. If I can stay away from it and I have a viable other option, which is exactly what Phillip Rivers is, I'm going with P-Riv. Victor, what's your beer of choice?
Ooh, I like this.
Any beer that they serve you at Hooters.
I'm a Coors Light guy at Hooters.
I'll take any and all beers served me by the wonderful staff here at Hooters. That's my favorite. Honestly, my favorite beer is the beer that I drink when I'm at Hooters. No free ads.
Mine's Rolling Rock. If I got a
yes,
choice.
Tate, I love that answer, man. That's a good beer.
Rolling Rock is solid. So
Miller Lite followed by Busch Light, believe it or not. But Busch Light's getting harder and harder to find.
How many buckets are down, Bucky? We need a Bucky update.
I'm only at 4th beer. I'm on my 4th beer.
And there's 5 in a bucket.
I'm not even close. I'm over 0.5, so that covered. But I'm not even at 1. I'm not going to make it to 1. I'm not going to finish the bucket. I told y'all, I'm a lightweight these days. Meeting up with a client of mine.
Sorry about that.
Meeting up with a client of mine a little bit later in the evening.
We're gonna drop that information. That's not disclosing your injury on the injury report.
It was an injury that I should have noted prior to setting the lines, but we're moving forward, onward and upward. Let's finish. We got another 5 minutes, folks. We're gonna run through these questions super quick. Let's go, Tate.
Yeah, we got Andriotti, John Brown, Hollywood Brown, not scary Terry McLaurin, and then David Montgomery. You got to start 2. For me, if Montgomery's a go, I'm going Montgomery, and I'm going John Brown.
Same.
I'm going John Brown, Marquise Brown.
Okay, so no Montgomery. Okay.
Team Brown.
And then he's got one more question. Sutton, Boyd, Hollywood, or Gallup? We got to start one of the bunch. Look, Cortland Sutton is balling out this year. I'm not sitting him. For me, it's easy Cortland Sutton.
Oh, first Sutton sighting of the day. Let's go Cortland.
Perfect. Oh, boy. A lot of questions just popped up on just refreshed. Fredley. What up, Fredley? We got pick 2, Gallup, Keenan Allen, or John Brown. I'll answer real quick. Keenan Allen and John Brown for me.
Same. Allen and Brown.
Yep. Allen Brown.
Jake B, McLaurin, Fitz, or Allen Robinson, and then Michelle or Miles Sanders, and then OJ Howard or Fells. I'll go ahead and rattle them off for each position. I'm going to go with McLaurin, Michelle, and then OJ Howard.
I got all the same.
I'm going to go McLaurin.
Yeah, I just don't like
to go Michelle, OJ Howard. Same thing. I think no matter what, it's not pretty.
Jake, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah, anybody that's hitting us with the questions, we're wrapping up here, but of course we answer any of all your questions every Sunday morning. So again, continue to hit us with your questions and subscribe.
Did y'all recognize Jake's avatar? It was Dr. Strangelove.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, I did not. I did not catch it.
It's cool. I like Jake B. Subscribe.
All right. So we got Rudolph, Doyle, or Hawkinson from Gregory Cruz.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Kyle Rudolph. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Rudolph. Yep. Thanks for the question, Mitch. DJ Chark or Keenan Allen in a half-point PPR?
Keenan Allen.
I'm going Keenan.
Keenan. Yep.
All day. Got to get those steps in. Allen Robinson or Everett. I'm actually against Jalen Ramsey. Oh, man, I don't want to mess with Allen Robinson, but
Everett doesn't have a great matchup either.
I agree with that. So given that scenario, I am going to go with A-Rob.
I'm going Robinson. He's going to be targeted 10 times.
Robinson.
Bloomy. Brian Bloomfield. Thanks for joining us, Al. Goff or Murray? I'm going with Kyler Murray. They both have bad matchups, but one can run.
Yes.
Yep. Kyler Murray.
Murray,
every
50
day,
yards
all
rushing
day.
today.
Yep.
Christian, thanks for joining us. Chark or Golladay?
Chark it to the bank, buddy.
Chark, let's go.
It's a Chark attack. Dun, 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 dun. James Thomas, Jimmy Davey. Oh, I want to cut a promo on him so bad. What up, dude? Thanks for joining us. Feeling crazy asking this from Chris Quintero, and standard, of course. Gurley or Golladay?
It's Gurley.
It's a troll job. It's not Gurley.
It is.
Move on.
It is a joke. Come on, Quake. Hit us with a better question than that. It is Gurley.
Don't spam us.
Nick Bird. You guys are the most valuable players. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Nick.
We really appreciate all the support.
Hey, we appreciate all of you. We really do. We couldn't do it without you, obviously, and it's amazing to go action-packed for a full hour and a half, not even be able to breathe, let alone suck down a couple of
We got to answer all these
suds.
questions, too. We're finishing them all. Let's go.
Alexis KG, choose three. Sanu, Cup, Debo, Allen Robinson, or Pascal in a standard format. I'm going to let it rip real quick. Cooper Cup, Debo, and then I'm going to
Sanu
with the matchup. Sanu with the matchup.
Three. Let's go.
Yep.
I love it.
Allen
Same
Robinson,
three. Let's roll.
Player, though. Victor, Rex Burkhead, or Sony Michel in a half-point PPR. Kind of interesting given the weakness of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm still going to go Michel.
Burkhead for me, but it's Michelle there.
We got a Rexy sighting.
Yep, it's going to be a 2-touchdown game.
Good morning. Need 2.5-point PPR. Gallup, Robert Woods, or Zach Ertz. I'll go 2. I'm going to go Zach Ertz, and I'm going to go Gallup. I don't want to mess with that Chicago defense.
Ertz and Woods for me.
I'm going to go Gallup and Ertz.
Corey Katcha, thank you for joining us. Sit one, Dede Jones Jr., Gage, or Curtis Samuel. We got a Justin Gage.
Jones Jr. For sure.
I don't know anything about Justin Gage.
Oh, sit one. I thought it was start one. Gage.
I don't know who that guy is. Sit him.
My bad. Yeah, my bad.
He's on the Falcons, I believe. Gage.
Yes.
No, I'm not playing that guy. Get out of here.
Gage. That. Believe he didn't. Anyway, all right. So we got Kenny Glazer. What up, guys? Flex. Pick one. Crowder, Jordan Howard, or Sanu. I'm going Jordan Howard if he's active.
I'm going to go Sanu.
I'm going Sanu as well.
Man, you guys high on Sanu today. Good matchup.
Not high, but
not high.
The set there, I liked it.
I'm mild.
Andriotti,
Jeff
or Jack Daniels?
It's Jeff Daniels. There are far superior bourbons to Jack Daniels. There are not far superior Harrys from Dumb and Dumber.
Correct. Harry, I've reached the top. Gideon, keep up the good work, boys. Sorry. Well, yeah, we'll just move on. Tim, standard scoring pick three, please. John Brown, Kirk, Lev Bell, David Montgomery, and then Brian Hill, starting Tevin Coleman as the running back 1. I think you got to go Lev Bell. If Lev Bell's healthy, you go with Lev Bell.
Well, we need 3.
Oh, pick 3. Well, yeah, I mean, both Bell's one of them.
Bell's 1.
Brian Hill's the second, actually.
Yep.
And I want to go Montgomery if he's healthy. If he's not, then I will go with John Brown.
Yeah, give me all 3 running backs.
Give me John Brown. Actually, I'm going to go Christian Kirk, Brian Hill, and Lev Bell.
Moving on, Christian. Half-point PPR. Would you go Zach Pascal, Auden Tate, or Kenny Stills? Not going Kenny Stills. I'm going to go Auden Tate.
I'm going Auden Tate for sure, Christian. Let's go.
Fredley, Bush Light is everywhere in PR. Bucky, you got to make a trip to Puerto Rico, my friend.
Fredley, seriously, like you can shoot us a DM. You know, I'm more than willing to come down to the beautiful country of Puerto Rico and enjoy everything it has to offer. You know, mostly Bush Lights apparently, so I'm in.
So we got Garrett with a question: John Brown or Michael Gallup? I'm going John Brown, guys.
John Brown, baby.
JB.
There we go. Worst ad they played during the games.
I watch Red Zone. I don't know.
There's a few different bad ads out there. Let's actually come back to that question next week.
I'm just going to say anything with progressive and flow. That gets on my nerves.
Not progressive. I think I have a State Farm issue, and it's the guy with the glasses and the dark hair. He's probably like 39, 40 years old. And that guy just really ticks me off, man. I don't like him at all. But I need to do the research to answer that question fully. But we do appreciate the off-the-road questions that we do get here from time to time.
Anthony Zapata, defense that you would stash away for the playoffs.
A new league.
Colts. I don't know. It's so loud in here now. I can't even hear.
Yeah, I mean, we would need some options because it depends on
It's
how
getting rowdy in Hooters right now.
Depends on how big your league is. That's where it really depends. Fredley, Jimenez, Wentz, or Donald. I think we've already got that question. I'm going Wentz.
Wentz.
Daniel, thanks for joining us. Sutton or Curtis Samuel?
Sutton.
If you think Kyle Allen's going to have a big day, then I like Curtis Samuel, but I'm still going to go with Sutton. He's been too good all year to sit. James, half-point PPR, Gallup, Woods, or Ertz?
Gallup, Ertz.
This question, but I think it's Ertz and Gallup for me.
It's Ertz and Woods for me.
Tim, Geis or Hunt for the rest of the season? For me, I think Geis has more upside. It's Geis.
No, it's Hunt for me. You're in a situation where you're tanking. You're not very involved in the passing game. Kareem Hunt, at minimum, is going to be extremely involved in the passing game there.
It's a good point, but I'm still going, guys.
Leonidas, everyone on chat needs to like this video. Hey, we agree with that. Thank you very much.
Sure.
If you haven't yet done so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate all the support. Tim, thanks, guys. Sam are a big reason why.
Nice.
10-0 and 9-1 in 2 of 4 leagues.
Heck yeah.
Fantastic, my friend.
I love reading that, man. All we do is we try to give you a different outlook on it.
Corey, it's okay to bring up Justin Gage, but he had to ask.
Corey, I'm going to Google him as soon as we get off the show.
All right, real quick to end this one off. Well, we got one more fantasy football question from Mike Honcho. He's returned.
Yes.
The Honcho is back.
Yes. Love this guy.
Who should I start in a PPR? Deshaun Watson versus Baltimore or Josh Allen versus Miami? Look, it's Deshaun Watson for me. Too consistent.
Deshaun and Fredley.
Deshaun Watson.
Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then we got Tim Barrett with D.D. Westbrook or Terry McLaurin in a PPR. I'm going Terry McLaurin. D.D. Westbrook, he's probably got he's got the higher floor, but I still want to go with the upside, given that I'm not wild about Westbrook.
It's McLaurin.
It's Terry.
And then Fredley, real quick, ranking these, Jingle All the Way, Home Alone, Santa Claus, Elf. This is the final question. This is what we're ending with.
Oh, man. What a question by Fredley. And he wants to offer me Bush Lights in Puerto Rico? Like, this guy, top of my list. I'm going to start off by saying that Home Alone is the number 1. Santa Claus is the number 2. Jingle All the Way, number 3. Elf, number 4. That's the definitive Christmas rankings, in my opinion. People are all high on Elf. It's a little bit too much of a gimmick. The rest of them are all more from the heart, in my opinion.
Yeah, for me, it's Home Alone at the easy number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, I've actually got Elf. I like Elf. I enjoyed Elf. Like
I enjoyed it too, but Yeah, Jingle All the Way is just
Jingle All the Way is so good. Man.
Dude, Jingle All the Way. It's a hard 3.
Like Sinbad in that movie is amazing. The whole thing with Jingle All the Way is fantastic.
I got the same rankings as Buck. Exactly.
Yes.
It's turbo time. And then we did get one more question. We'll end it on this. Jason Crawford, could you give out one more? We can Mixon or Chark in a half.
Jason, it's Mixon. Let's go.
Go Mixon. Let's go. Hey,
Go
thanks
Mixon.
everybody for the love and support. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you have not yet done so. We really appreciate any and all the support. Of course, you can find our podcast wherever you digest your podcast, namely on iHeartRadio recently. And until next time, we'll be back answering your live questions on next Sunday morning. Later, says the Tater, and good luck.
Raymond, it's Olsen. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bucky, sign off.
Thanks, everybody. Hey, no, we have one more question here. Gerald Everett or Greg Olsen? I'm going Greg Olsen. Love you guys. See you later.
Put Greg Olsen in there, and good luck, Raymond. See ya.
See you guys.